Hello. Welcome. This is fun and interesting and new. You won't have seen me around. That's because this is my first video. Yep, that's what this is. My first video. Yeah, hi. My name is Beth and I wanted to make a YouTube channel which is mainly dedicated to books. So I guess you could say part of the BookTube community, but I want to do other stuff as well, potentially, maybe. I don't know. This is what I want to do and put into the world, so I'm not gonna put myself in a box. No boxes here, no sir. Anyway, I want to primarily focus on books, book reviews, book tags, yeah, loads of different stuff, and just kind of have a chat, I guess, have a chat about books. So without further ado, I'm gonna do the Newbie Booktuber Tag, just to get started, I guess. So here we go. First question is, why did you start this channel? So the reason why I started this channel is because I've been thinking about it for a while, just for motivational purposes, just to motivate myself to read more books. It gives me an incentive, and I really like talking about books, and I think that this is a good platform to just kind of, I guess, look, you know? And also, I just wanted to be able to chat with other people about it. Really, that's probably about it. To stay motivated and to chat about books, which is always fun. Yeah, so that's my answer to the first question. Ooh, the second question. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? So I've written down my answers and prior to filming, I literally just put nothing. Which is kind of true. Like, I've got nothing to add. I just want to maybe create a really nice community where we can just have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. I'm a coffee drinker myself. Talk about books, exchange recommendations, and just have a good old jolly time. And just have a good time. Question 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm just excited to like talk about it. I think I get really overwhelmed quite easy in terms of just looking at all the books that I could buy. I don't know, does that make sense? Like, I struggle to know where to start, and I think this is another thing why I've started this channel, like, because it gives me a more, like, I don't know, whatever that action means, that's what it is. I think that's what I'm excited about, just speaking about books and pushing myself to diversify my bookshelf 100%, especially that's coming to fruition with the Black Lives Matter movement that's happening right now. It's definitely made me want to make a more conscious decision of where I'm buying my books from, the types of narratives that I'm reading, and really makes me question looking at the books that I used to buy as like a teenager to now what I want to read as an adult. Question 4. Why do you love reading? It's definitely escapism. I enjoy being fully immersed into a world that is not the one that we live in. I think just being able to remove yourself from your own situation, whatever that may be, whatever you may be going through, being able to have that world or a temporary escape, I think is beautiful. I love when I can expand my knowledge and different narratives that aren't mine, so being able to see other people's perspectives and hearing other voices and stories that I don't go through. So yeah, just kind of that. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? I remember when I was younger, I used to read tons of Jacqueline Wilson, but I was never into Tracy Beaker, which is interesting. Reading classical books to my nan. I remember being sat outside and reading her like Secret Garden, and actually, I'm going to be honest, that's the only one I can remember reading to my nan. But So I feel like The Secret Garden is definitely one of them. But the one that made me kind of really enjoy like reading and being fully immersed into it is Cassandra Clare's Mortal Instruments series. This series, I think this is the one that really made me realise how much I loved reading books. This book series in particular, the original ones. I've not actually read any of the other books, but it's on my TBR. So, but this is what I mean, like, this is the channel that's gonna make me feel motivated to do that, because like I just haven't been doing well. Cool. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? How do you find the time? Like, outside of quarantine, this is what I'm most, not fearful of, but like aware of. Like, how do you find the time in everyday life to read? That's my question. How do you find time to do everything? And I know that you don't, but like, how? I don't know if that makes sense. And then also, like, how do you overcome reading slumps? Because like when I'm in a funk, like it'll last for too long, and then I'll just kind of derail and I'll just stop reading, and that is not what I want. Because I get do you know what it is? I get so overwhelmed. Like, I know that I'm not going to be able to read every single book before I die. I'm not going to be able to watch every film. I'm not going to be able to try everything that I want to do. I'm probably not going to be able to go to every single place in the world that I want to go to. And it's just accepting that and doing what you can with the time that you've got. And it's really harsh on myself, but when I get into reading slumps, I just see it as a waste of time. And I just can't get the balance right, potentially. Like, I feel during quarantine, if I have like a day off reading, I feel guilty for it. I don't know if that makes sense or if anybody else feels that way, but I just feel so guilty. Yeah, so answer me that if you can. Question 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think I'm just scared of like not enjoying reading, and I'm going to take it to, because I'm very competitive, you see, and I'm scared that like I'm going to be fixed too much on like, oh well, this person's read more books than me, or this person is more of an intellectual than me, like they know more stuff than me, or oh gosh, they've done more research into this and I feel inadequate. I think that's what I'm going to struggle with most. I just need to remind myself that it's like a personal journey. It's not a competition, and it's just about having a good old chit chat about books that I enjoy and read. But I think if I check in with myself regularly enough and remind myself that it is a personal journey, I guess if you want to call it something, then like I just need to chill. Like, it's not a competition, so don't turn it into one. And that's that really. Question 8. When did you start reading? The answer is, I don't know, probably a young age. There's so many dogs in my room right now. Dorothy. I'm going to try that again. I'm going to say young. I don't know. Yes, that I don't have anything else to say about that. Question 9. Where do you read? So I usually read in bed before I go to sleep, when I wake up. And then during the day, I usually go sit in the lounge because I have 2 dogs. So I need to keep an eye on my dogs while my parents are working. But before quarantine, I used to read on trains, on cars, any form of public transport. I don't feel sick or nauseous if I read whilst moving, so I feel really, really good about that. I guess I read anywhere I can. And then number 10, the last question. What kind of books do you like to read? So As I said, I feel like I've not properly immersed myself in reading for such a long time. I think my taste has developed a lot, and I'm still trying to figure out what that taste is. I'm obviously going to say I'm into YA fantasy, because that's the majority of books that I read before now. I'm currently still trying to figure out what I enjoy. I know that I struggle reading non-fiction books. I just read Quiet by Susan King, which is kind of like all about the power of introverts and looking at the history into why being an extrovert is seen as a positive. And it's really, really interesting to see how it applies into jobs and how you can connect with people. It mainly, I'm not gonna lie, it does mainly focus on like business and why it's perceived that being an extrovert is more highly sought after than somebody who might be on the quieter side. And it was a really, really interesting read, but it took me so long, and it was hard, if that makes sense. Like I couldn't really fully immerse myself into it because it was just facts after facts after facts. And I think, although I find that really, really interesting in the book, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if it was verbally communicated, like through an audio book, because to me, I connect with facts and information like that when it's spoken, because it feels more like a conversation. That's how I soak in information more if it's non-fiction like that. So I think I'm going to enjoy non-fiction a lot through audiobook. I know that I really enjoy like romance books and I hate that, but I don't, like, no shame, whatever. This is a judge-free zone. It is a safe space. I love a romance. Yeah, anyway, so that is my newbie tag video. I'm sorry if I'm talking too quick, talking too much. Well, I'm not sorry, but like, I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean? Just a bit of fun, innit? Just a bit of fun. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my newbie tag, and that's it. Thank you for watching. She's here to stay. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Sick.